Hey, if you were asked to match up a team of superheroes, who would it be? Now start thinking of your favorites and making teams of two in your head. But let me warn you, there's going to be one or two small catches that may impact your final choice. Even though I sometimes wear a cape, nope, not joking, I'm probably not getting a call to join the Guardians of the Galaxy anytime soon. But I still get to welcome you to Mornings with Bishop Robert, whatever your superpower is. So thanks for joining me. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. Okay, back to our teams of superheroes. Here's the first rule. This dynamic duo has to include one real superhero with innate superpowers and one regular human. So the real superhero part, that would rule out Batman and Robin. No actual superpowers there. Now, the regular human is allowed to have special training and skills or even special equipment. So Batman would fit in okay, but he'd be the one on the regular human side of the equation. Bucky Barnes has a cool-looking cybernetic arm, but he's still just a regular guy. Okay, a well-trained uber fighter of a regular guy, but you know what I mean. He's okay on this side. You might consider Daniel from the Karate Kid movies, or better yet, how about Chuck Norris? Black Widow's been given a serum that slows down her aging. I know I'd take a gulp or two of that if I had a chance, but she's also one tough lady to deal with in a fight. Just ask Spider-Man. And while we're talking about ladies with skills, let's not forget Katana, the sword-wielding female fighter. And of course, Iron Man has to be one of the top considerations for the regular human side of the team. A reminder that one of the perks of being insanely wealthy is you get to be a superhero, if you want to be. Well, you've probably got plenty of other names to add to the regular human side of the team roster. But let's move to the real superhero side of the ledger. The first name that many people will come up with will be Superman, the Man of Steel. And why not? He's the character that kicked off this planet's fascination with superheroes about a century ago. The Green Lantern can fly like Superman. That's a great superpower if you've got to pick just one. Firestorm. He's got the ability to control the elements, creating ice and fire, water and lightning at will. That's a pretty amazing skill, you've got to admit. Super strength is a big one to have, and Shazam fits that bill. And let's not forget Flash's superhuman speed abilities, letting him stay, literally, one step ahead of any opponent. Well, let's get to my choice for this ultimate dynamic duo. And I'll invite you to share yours in the comments section. Well, today's verse says, I will be with you. Now, admittedly, that's the shortened version of the verse. But the entire verse sounds like the plot of a pretty incredible superhero film. It says, when you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you'll not be burned, and the flames will not set you ablaze. You may even want to pause for a moment and think about that. It's pretty mind-boggling. And it's historic. Yeah, when Moses and the people of Israel had the fiercest army in the world chasing them, the waters of the Red Sea parted to let them pass. When you pass through the rivers, they'll not sweep over you. Same thing happened to Joshua at the River Jordan. Elijah and his sidekick Elisha were both treated to water splitting apart and getting out of their way so they could walk across on dry land. Don't forget the 3 Jewish guys the king of Babylon threw into the raging furnace to show them he was in control. Oops, that didn't work out the way he had planned. Maybe he wasn't really in control. Well, you may have chosen Superman or Spider-Man for the real superhero part of your dream team. Or perhaps you picked Thor, the god of thunder. But I have some bad news for you. None of them qualify. Do you know why? Because they are not real superheroes. Each and every one of them is fictional. Real life demands real heroes to face real challenges. And I only know of one. On the superhero side of my team, I'm going with the God of Thunder, the real one. I prefer a hero with unlimited capacity, total wisdom and understanding, and absolute control. He can turn water into wine, open blind eyes with mud and spit. Talk about elemental control. And I'd have bought tickets to see the firestorm he rained down on Mount Carmel when Elijah called down fire from heaven. My hero can feed thousands with a sack lunch. He could produce the coin of the realm from the mouth of a fish. He can heal with a touch, calm a storm with a word. He's my hero. And if I've got to walk through water, or on it, pass through flames, or face a legion of demons, I pick him. But my choice for the other member of the super team may surprise you. Well, I can't pick Batman or the Karate Kid for the same reason you can't pick Superman. And Chuck Norris is on the north side of 80. So, not my first choice. My first choice? Actually, I pick you. See, history's filled with tales of people just like you who decided to believe God when he promised he'd be with them and then proceeded to save their world. People who decided to let their faith rule their lives instead of their fear. Men, women, boys, and girls who decided to take God at his word and then live like he was trustworthy and in total control. But the main reason I picked you made my choice an easy one. You see, I picked you because he did. Hey, as we wrap up, can I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew? Help them get to know him and his word personally and better. Please like this video, help more people see it, and then follow or subscribe so you and I can get together every day. I'd love to meet you in the comments section, hear about how our time together today touched your heart. And it's also a great place to leave a question if you got one. One more thing, share it with a friend, would you please? Because as you do, you're part of the team touching hearts all over the world with the love of Jesus. Thanks for helping.